Hey everybody, it's Kelly and I'm back with another layout. I did warn you about the pink because here comes another one, and this is one of the reasons. This is from the photo shoot from my new granddaughter's newborn photo shoot. Although here I combine it with a little bit of blue. So I am using an old paper collection here from the Girls Papery, or a combination of a couple of their old collections. I've been on a mission to try to use up some of my paper collections where I don't have that much left. This was one of the envelopes, vendor envelopes, that I didn't have a ton left. And my ATG is going to drive me insane during this video. I'll just pre-warn you. Just because it, I don't know what's wrong with it. I just did this layout a couple days ago and it's just driving me crazy. So anyway, I'm going to mount the photo there on that kind of word paper, and that's from the Girls Papery, the Kitsch collection. It's the gingham stripe. That paper's from 2011. It's time to get that used up. The pink floral paper in the background is from the Girls Papery Paper Girl collection. It's the shabby flower paper. That's from 2010. That needs to definitely come out of my stash. And then that die cut there, that ledger die cut, is the Girls Papery Paper Girl die cut blue ledger, and again from 2010. So thank goodness those are on a layout. Now I was thinking that I might use this blue paper to mount this all on, but when I kind of tried it, I didn't really like it. But I wanted to get some dark blue in there because of the darkness in the photo. All the members of my family here have beautiful dark hair, and my daughter-in-law is wearing like a navy sweater, and my stepson is wearing some jeans that are dark, and then baby Mia is wearing some dark blue too. And I just pointed there. I really wanted to use that dark blue to bring out the dark blue so you can see her, because she's so teeny tiny. I think in this picture she was about a week old, if I remember correctly. They really get their newborn photo shoots done when the kids are newborn. All three of the kids have had them, and it's just cool to, I've scrapbooked all of them now, and it's cool to see the growth of their family and how they grow. So all right, so I've used that navy paper, and I cut out a chunk from the middle of the paper because I'm probably going to want to use that navy paper as a background on some other things. That navy paper is from Creative Memories, by the way. It's from a denim collection that's no longer available. So now I'm going through a Dear Lizzie sticker book, the 5th and Frolic sticker book, just trying to figure out some stickers that I can use. And I find that house, and then I find that banner that says home is where your heart is, and then I have another little sticker at the top left there that says things like house, love, home, and family. And I thought that would be really cute. And then I find that key that says happiness. So I just thought that was a sweet way to embellish this, to use some things again that have been hanging out in my stash for a while. And then I had grabbed this Heidi Swap chipboard here because there's a lot of navy in it. And there's a little banner that says hashtag has my heart. And since, you know, these are my stepdaughter and daughter-in-law are younger, they hashtag all the time. So I thought that was really nice. Nice way to do this. And now I'm kind of looking through my Maggie Holmes sticker book to see if there's anything that I can use here on the layout. And I didn't find anything I loved there for now. And here's my crazy ATG driving me nutty. And I'm just kind of, I've put my stickers there on wax paper so I can sort of position where things are without having to commit to anything, because once I stick these, they're going to be stuck. And I am going to ink these with my Tim Holtz Vintage Photo ink there. And that will help bring all the, you know, I'm inking all the paper edges and all that. It helps bring all the different pieces together. Although looking at the layout now, I think I forgot to ink the Creative Memories paper, which is the one that probably needed it the most, which is funny. I might have to go back and see if I can do it. I probably won't be able to, but you know, if I can, I will. All right, so that was kind of a wonky rectangle, and I cut it so it was a little bit more, quote, normal. And the reason I decided to ink all this with vintage photos, it brings all the different elements together, but that the Girls Papery collection has quite a bit of distressing on it, so I wanted to make sure like the stickers, which are not, kind of had that look to them. That pink background paper especially is distressed. You can see it at the edges, most definitely. So then I decided I kind of like the idea of the key not being down on the bottom, being up here by my daughter-in-law's head. I think it stands out a little bit more, so I'm going to just add that in there. And I really didn't have any plans for what I was going to do in that cluster. Then I had grabbed these bows from the Paper Studio Flea Market Fancy. It's the mini bright bows. You can get those at Hobby Lobby. It's a Hobby Lobby collection. And I grabbed 2 of the navy bows and then that pink bow. And I took the pink bow off for now. I was thinking about putting it sort of on the edge of that banner, but I'm not in love with the way that looks. Instead, what I do is I go back to that Heidi Swapp chipboard sheet and I find that little arrow that says cute, which works out really well. Pointing to the home is where you are. And now I'm looking at that Maggie Holmes sticker book and I found this little date piece there, like in a peachy pink, which is the color of the pink in the background paper. And I'm just going to put that up so it's kind of behind the key. When I do that though, now I've created a trap space at the top there. So I need to figure out how to change that up. And I found that blue label, but I didn't like that in the cluster when I kind of laid it up against it. And then I found that blue heart, so I'm like, okay, that's better. I like that. It hid the space. And then I have this little sort of swatch there with some arrows on it. But it's a really nice job. It kind of highlights the blues because there's not just navy in that photo. There's other lighter blues with the boys in their denim, and my daughter-in-law's blue dress is a little bit different too. So I wanted to get some different blues in here as I started to look through things. So again, I grabbed that blue heart, and those stickers are coming from the Maggie Holmes hashtag sticker book, which I know you can get at Hobby Lobby, and I believe they've just been released at Michael's as well if you're in the US. All right, so now I'm just kind of looking because I'm not completely happy with that top cluster, and I'm also thinking about maybe if I get the title on here, and I want to put the title to the right of that key cluster there, thinking maybe that would help. But I didn't like that blue with everything else. It had some varied blues in it, but I didn't love it. So now I'm thinking of these are from one of the pink Paisley Paige Evans collections, that blue foam. Didn't love that. It like stood out too much and took the attention away from the photo. But then I thought, well, maybe I should try gold here, even though I don't have any gold on here. And I'm going to call this hashtag party of 5. And I'm doing that because when my daughter-in-law especially posts photos on Facebook of them, she hashtags it hashtag party of 5. She does hashtag party of 5. So I just think it's cute. And I thought I was going to use the number 5 just to use it on that, but I ended up not liking how that looked. So I'm going to go through, shift this just a little bit to the side, and then I'm going to be able to get the entire word 5 on there. And the F's were a little bit different, so I was playing around a little bit with which one I was going to use. Like that. The only thing is now I'm going to have to figure out how do I get some gold on here. But I will figure that out in the end. All right, so I decided to use the 5 since it's such a significant thing on this layout. And then I'm going to add some asterisks to get a little bit of gold into the other 2 clusters there. Just moved my 5 up just a little bit. It seemed like there was a lot of space on that house, so I decided to do that. And I'm looking through the Maggie Holmes book because I'm still not happy with that top left cluster there. So I'm going to play around a little bit here to see what I can find. I sort of like that flower, but it feels very dark to me. I guess it was also black there. And then I see this label here that again is that peachy pink, and I decided to commit with that, except it's going to take me a little bit to get it straight. These, just so you know, these stickers are really thin, so they can be a little bit hard to move around. Be careful that you don't push them down, because you'll be committed forever then. So get out my tweezers there to see if that can help me. And now I'm just going to look to see if there was anything else there. Didn't find anything there, but I'm going to go back and put that asterisk on. Play with the placement a little bit. And then once I get that down, I like how that all looks. I'm going to add some gold eventually here. Oh, but first I forgot about this. I decided to bring that pink bow back in and put it in this cluster. So there's a bow in each cluster, but not necessarily the exact same color. And now I'm going to get the gold in. I'm not going to show you this because it was messy, but I decided to grab my Heidi Swapp Color Shine, because I'm also doing this for a Shimelle challenge to do a diagonal on your photo. So I have to really get this to shake up. So look in the still shot and a couple of detail shots and you'll see it there. Hope you guys are all well. I will be back with another layout again soon. Bye.